What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers have been grooving the last month and a half, especially the month of February. They have been great. They are currently 6 out of 7 in the month of February with some very notable wins, right? You got the Celtics without LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the Knicks, the Hornets, take that as you may, but still handle business, got the win. Beat the Pelicans, the Pistons, and the Jazz. The one game that you've lost, the only game that they've lost thus far in February, is to the Denver Nuggets. They are also 7 out of their last 10 and 11 out of their last 16 games, which is great. That's the pace that they're going to have to keep and basically maintain if they're going to make it the rest of the way. To close out the month of February, they got the Warriors, the Spurs, the Suns, the Clippers, and the Wizards. I believe that they should win out of those 5 games. You got to win at least 3 of them. The Wizards and the Spurs for sure. And then you got to beat at least 1, if not 2. I'd prefer 2 of the Warriors, the Suns, and the Clippers. But let's say you lose to 2 of them. Let's say you lose to the Warriors and the Suns, right? Okay, as long as you beat the Wizards, the Clippers, and the Spurs, then you'll at least be 5 games over 500 going into that month of March. Now, again, I would love the Lakers to win all of those. That would be great. But unfortunately, you lose some games. That's how it goes. Regardless, the month of March is just brutal. I mean, first handful of games are the Nuggets, the Thunder, the Kings, the Bucks, the Timberwolves, the Kings, the Warriors, the Hawks, the Sixers, the Pacers, the Bucks, the Grizzlies, the Pacers, the Nets. I mean, I don't know who scheduled this, but man, and they have still tons of back-to-backs to end February, so it's going to be tough, right? But the Lakers have a ton of momentum. They are, again, as I mentioned, really cruising right now. They are looking really good, playing excellent basketball on the offensive side of things. Defensively, they've ranked 11th during this stretch of wins, which is good, right? You want to kind of be close to top 10. I'd like them to kind of move into the top 10, but you're missing 4 of your best defensive guys. So I could really kind of live with it. Issue is, again, you have 4 guys that are hurt and all defensive guys in Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Cam Reddish, and Max Christie. Those 4 guys, we will see when they return, right? Post All-Star break, because we don't play another game till February 22nd. So have essentially 8 days off between the Jazz game and the Warriors game. So that's great for this team to kind of rest their bodies, rest their minds, kind of get themselves right, work out some stuff that they need to work out, but just gear up, get ready, and be prepared for that second half to really make that push. They got 26 games left. I think personally they're going to have to probably win around 45 games if they want to be in the conversation for the 6th seed. So they need 15 more wins out of 26, right? If they can do that, which I do believe they can, that's basically only 4 games over 500. So you need to do better than that the rest of the way. But if they can do that, then the Lakers will be in good shape. I think that they'll be in the 6th seed. They also have tiebreakers over several teams, which is good. The Lakers have tiebreakers over the Phoenix Suns, the Pelicans. They're currently the 5th and 6th seed. So if you end up with the same record as one or both, then you jump and leapfrog them. The Dallas Mavericks, they're playing excellent basketball, and they have the tiebreaker against us, which isn't good. Still play the Kings a couple times. So if we beat them a couple times, we could end up the tiebreakers with that. If we can get the tiebreakers over the Kings, the Pelicans, and the Suns, that would be huge, right? Because Mavs, we'd have to basically be at least 1 game better than them, and they're playing really good basketball. It's going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill climb, uphill battle. But as I mentioned, them being able to rest, them being able to kind of get themselves right, could be huge and beneficial, right? There's a lot of talks of Cam Reddish and Max Christie returning post All-Star break. That would be huge. 2 defensive guys. And then Jared Vanderbilt is supposed to be reevaluated. And then Gabe Vincent is scheduled to return in March, either early or mid-March. Again, things could change. I'll probably do like an update video at some point and kind of really break down all the news that has came out on them. But the point of this video is, yes, there is great positives to what is going on with the Lakers, right? They get to get some rest. They get to kind of get themselves together. Guys get to get healthy. Another big factor is Spencer Dinwiddie, right? Spencer Dinwiddie played 2 games for the Lakers. He's looked great in those 2 games. You've gotten a glimpse of everything that you want to see. I can't wait till he really gets settled in, till he carves out his role and becomes more aggressive. Once that happens, I think the Lakers will be off to the races. But the other side of that is the Lakers have a ton of momentum, and that momentum just got halted, right? You've won 6 out of 7 games, and you've won all but 1 game in February. You're looking great. You're feeling great. Things are going great. You're like, man, we just got Spencer Dinwiddie. We have time to kind of get him right, get him developed, get him worked out, right? Let's rest. Let's get all this. And then you see at times, some teams, they do. Some teams, they get after the All-Star break and they're off to the races. I mean, we saw the Lakers do it last year, right? But also sometimes teams kind of lose that momentum. We didn't have a ton of momentum going into the All-Star break. And I mean, we got the trades, so the post-trade stuff, but like LeBron was out and all that stuff, and it was just like, how does this look? And then the Lakers just kind of were off to the races, which is good. Question is, did the same thing happen this time? Can the Lakers get these 8 days off, come back in, and immediately jump into a road game against the Warriors and handle business, right? Luckily, the Lakers are close to home. So the Lakers play the Warriors on the road, then they play the Spurs at home, then they play the Suns on the road, and then the Clippers and the Wizards at home. Clippers is technically a road game, but it's at home. So you're in California all but 1 game, which is the Suns game. And that's just, a rock's throw away. So you're not like going super far, right? You're not like flying to Washington and then coming back or anything. So that could be good. That could be beneficial. But they're spending a lot of time basically at home. You talk yourself into eating that extra burger, or you talk yourself into, having that extra candy bar or something, and you prop your feet up and you're relaxed. And look, I'm not saying like these are professional athletes, they'll be fine. But my point is the mindset changes, right? You're like, oh, good, I get to take a little breather, right? LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they don't, but they still kind of do, right? Yeah, they're both in the All-Star game, but it's not the All-Star game of like the early 90s, 2000s. It's not an All-Star game where like, the guys are basically coming for each other's throats and they're playing it like it's game 7 of an NBA Finals. It's not like that serious anymore. Even like the final 2 minutes of an All-Star game where teams quote unquote lock down, still not what it used to be. But still, like, they get to get right. I'm not really worried about LeBron and AD. It's not really my concerns. It's everyone else, right? Like, D'Lo has been spectacular. Even last game against the Utah Jazz, right? Rui had it going. Reeves had it going. AD. D'Lo was just like, hey, I'm averaging 28 during this stretch, during the last like month and a half. But you know what? Let me just hit key shots here and there when we need it, which he did. I'll just take like 8 attempts, shoot 50%, but I'll go get 17 assists. Like, that was just beautiful. He put on an absolute clinic. Austin Reeves has started to come around, and he really struggled mightily all season. He's been more consistent lately. He's been playing better basketball, right? Spencer Dinwiddie, he's getting in the flow of things, right? It's just Rui just coming off of a 36-point game. Like, my concern is that the other guys, kind of just have to get back into that rhythm, have to get back into that momentum. And it could be something that could hurt, right? Personally, I am and this is just me, and of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions, but personally, I think that this is good for the Lakers. Like, even if the Lakers, like, let's say they do drop the game against the Warriors, and they are rough, and they are kind of sluggish because they had 8 days off, I can live with that, because, like, the follow-up game is against the Spurs, which I think that they'll handle business, right? So I'm not like, like if they were playing, say, if it was something where it was like, okay, the Lakers have to play the Warriors and then they follow the Warriors up with the Suns and the Clippers without that Spurs game in between, I'm not gonna lie, I'd have a little more concern because it's like if they start off a little rocky, a little rough, I mean they could go 0-3, right? But I think again, hopefully they show up to the Warriors, but the Warriors aren't like that good. Like the Lakers could have a little bit of a sluggish game and still come out with the win in that game. But even if they don't, right, you got that Spurs game in between to kind of recalibrate, right, get things back in order. I'm not saying the Spurs can't beat any given night, right? And I mean the Spurs beat us once, however, that was without Anthony Davis, so take that as you may. But you get my point, right? It's definitely cause of concern either way. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think like, no, this is great, this is good for the Lakers, Lakers really need this? Or do you think like, no, like this could really hinder the Lakers? Are you kind of like the wait and see aspect of it? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Now subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.